Spurgeon here with RevZilla TV to talk to you about the Oxford Melbourne Air 2.0 jacket available at RevZilla.com. So the Oxford Melbourne Air 2.0 is for you sport riders out there that are looking for more of an aggressive textile to tackle the summer months. You have massive mesh panels flowing a ton of air, and you're going to have a nice drop seat with this to make sure that even if you're down in a full tuck position, you are definitely going to be covered. Now, if you are riding in some cooler weather, some cooler seasons, there is a non-air version available as well, and there is going to be a two-way waterproof liner in this that can be worn underneath the jacket like Tony's rocking it right now, or you can take it out and wear it over top of the jacket to make sure that everything stays nice and dry underneath. Now, speaking of Tony on my left-hand side, he is going to be 5'10", 195 pounds with a 42-inch chest. He is rocking the Melbourne Air 2.0 in a size large. Very European in its cut, but it matches up perfectly with Oxford size chart. So as long as you're using the Oxford size chart as a guide, you should have no surprises when you're figuring out the sizing for this jacket. Now, sizes are going to range from a small up to a 5XL. There's a variety of different colors available for you. You have black, black blue, black white, and black red. Tony here is rocking the black with the white accents, and it looks very nice, and you can see it even has those built-in abs right along the stomach for you. So if you're not used to hitting up the gym, the Melbourne takes care of that for you. Now, like I said earlier, the Melbourne is available in the Air version. It's also available in a non-Air version to attack different varieties of seasonality. And if you want something that's going to be maybe a little bit more of a waist cut to it or a touring cut to it, you can check out the Estoril Air or the Estoril Air 2.0 jacket, which is just going to give you a little bit more of a styling point, but it's going to come in right around the same price point. The Melbourne is going to come in right around that $160 price point, and there's a lot going on here for the money that you're investing. So let's start by breaking this down. Really, it's the materials that you're going to see. 600D polyester in your impact zones, and then that massive mesh paneling working its way throughout. Now, as you work your way down here, starting with the collar, you are going to have a nice rolled neoprene collar with this. Nice, comfortable piece, mid-height to that comfortable against the skin. As you start working your way through, you're going to see those impact zones. That's that 600D polyester with CE-rated comfort armor in both the shoulders as well as the elbows. And I say comfort armor because it works very nicely to move with you. It's going to be a flexible, multi-impact armor, and it just feels really comfortable when you have the jacket on. Now, as you're working your way down, there are going to be some adjustment points here, and you're going to see some of this extra dobby nylon worked through. Again, just beefing up those impact zones, done with double stitching. And then when you get to the adjusters on this, there's going to be bar tack stitching over top of that. One of the things that Oxford does is they put a lot of little attention to detail to those fail points to make sure that this is a piece that is going to last the test of time. You're not going to have to worry about this wearing out after a season. And again, for that $160 price point, there's really a lot of functionality baked into those little details. Now, with that bicep adjuster, one of the things you notice, there's a Velcro stretch material on the inside, and this works really well so that when you're moving around on the bike, your bicep is naturally going to flex. So even though you have it ratcheted down, it's not going to be uncomfortable as you're throwing yourself around on a sporting ride. Now, as you work your way down to the forearm, you are going to have a snap adjuster at the forearm, and there is going to be elastication back behind there as well. And when we get to the cuff on this, you are going to have a Velcro set it and forget it. You can ratchet that down to where it fits you. And then, Tony, turn your hand over for me. You are going to have a zip entry on the other side, so you can use the zipper to get it on and off without having to mess with the Velcro every single time you're putting the jacket on. Really nice touch there from Oxford. Now, starting your way through the front, working your way down, you do have reflectivity worked through on the logo on this, and as you look down throughout the actual belly on this, you are going to have hand warmer pockets on either side just to give you a little bit of storage for this particular jacket. Tony, I'm going to have you turn face sideways for me. Now, as you look down the arm on this, you can see that dobby material working its way along the elbow, and there's also going to be a zipper right hiding behind that little flap, and that's to get the armor in and out of the elbows. Really nice external pocket for if you do want to remove that armor, it makes it available for you. As you're working your way down on this, there is going to be an adjuster right at the hip, and you can use this, again, elastication, really adding to the comfort. To ratchet this down, Tony's a slimmer guy. It really fits his form, and it allows you to kind of fine tune that, again, with that bar tack stitching in those fail points. Tony, you can go ahead and face backwards for me. Now, starting at the top, working your way through this, again, you can note that neoprene collar, mid-height to this. You're going to see reflectivity working its way across the top of the back, as well as reflectivity with the Oxford logo. As you work your way down, you are going to have that more of a drop seat with the Melbourne. This is, again, for you sport riders in more of that full tuck position to make sure there's maximum coverage where your pants end and the jacket begins. You're also going to notice that the Oxford logo on the back of this has been blacked out. One of the things that we've seen Oxford do for all of their pieces as they come into the American market is they've taken the logos, they've blacked them out, and they've given you more of a stealth look to the overall jackets that they're using here for the US. And it really does a nice job with this particular piece to really make the whole style of the jacket just nice and sleek. Now, final note in the back pad that this comes with is just that. It's a back pad. It's not a back protector. The first thing I'd recommend doing when you get this jacket, pull it out, throw it away. You want to go with a Knox TP2 style back protector in this. I'd recommend looking at Force Field. They do a great job of giving you options for both CE1 as well as CE Level 2 protection. Tony, you can go ahead and face forward for me. And I'm going to have you unzip the jacket. You're going to notice there's going to be a snap at the top collar and YKK zips throughout the entire piece. As he opens it up, you're going to get a nice look at the rain liner on the inside. And like I said earlier, it's that two-way rain liner. You can wear it as he's wearing it right now underneath the jacket to make sure you stay nice and dry. Or, Tony, go ahead and unzip that for me. You can use the YKK zips on either side. You can zip it out. You can stow it in your saddlebag. And if it starts to rain, you can throw it on over top of the jacket. And that connection zipper becomes your main zipper to actually zip the jacket up. You'll notice that you'll actually flip it inside out. This is going to be the interior of the jacket if you were to wear it on the outside. So just keep that in mind. They do a really nice job of color coding the connections in the wrist for you as well, both red and black, so you don't have to worry about that getting twisted up inside the actual jacket. And if you're rocking without the liner at all, there's going to be a really nice comfort slip liner in this. Really helps to just wick some sweat away and make sure that that airflow is coming nicely through the mesh on the outside. Tony, you can go ahead and zip the jacket up. Now, like we said at the beginning, with the Melbourne Air 2.0, this is going to be for you sport riders out there looking to tackle the summer months. You don't want to break the bank, and honestly, there's a lot of functionality coming into play here for around that $160 price point. Now, there's a lot of riders out there that are rocking Oxford gear. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button. Read what other riders are digging about the Oxford jackets they're rocking on their rides. If you have more questions for us, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Oxford Melbourne Air 2.0 jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.